This is exercise 8, and here is our layout for this. And what we're going to need, I already have my 14 2-wire here, so we can just leave that there. We're going to use box number 1, but we're also going to use box number 3 over here because we have 2 things that are going to fit here. So you're going to need your 14-3 or 12-3 wire that's going to go from box 1 down to box 3. You're also going to need 1 outlet receptacle, 1 switch, 5 wire nuts, your lineman pliers, your cutters, your screwdriver, and then for your pigtails, you're going to need 2 grounds. You're going to need 1 neutral, and you're going to need 2 hot for this project. So we're going to start here. We're going to make these connections at our hot and at our ground, and then we'll connect up our light socket here. So we're just going to take our 2 hot, connect these up. Tuck those away in the box. Our 2 grounds, we're going to tie those together. Those out of the way. And then for our neutral right here, this white wire, what we have to do is connect our pigtail, and we've already pre-wired this just on here. And you can do that if you'd like, if that makes it easier, if you know it's going to go there, and then we can just connect all 3 of these together here. So I'm going to grab these 2 first, get them somewhat lined up so they're even. And I can bring this over here. All 3 of these together as best you can. Again, make sure they're lined up though, and that's the trick here. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to take our red wire and we're going to connect that to our gold screw here. So we're just going to put our turn on here. I'm going to cut a little bit more off. Wrong way. Okay, so that's all ready to go. So we'll tuck that up in the box. And then we're ready to move on to our 2 gang box down here. So I'm going to start with my power here. So I'm going to tie my black wire that I brought down to this box to my switch and to my outlet receptacle first. So we'll do that. I already just connected these pigtails onto here. So I'm just going to line these up to my black wire, bring them around. You might have to curl it around a little bit just to get them to fit in. That's all right. Get everything lined up. Twist it together. Oops. Well, that's interesting. Sometimes that will happen. And maybe somehow you cut through a little bit too much, and that's okay, but just don't screw it on and go, well, I have wiring on it, that's cool. Don't do that, please. Make sure if that happens, just cut a little bit more off, or if you need to cut another pigtail, go ahead and do that. Make sure we got this right though. So I'm just going to slip that, untwist this. Straighten these out a little bit. Just give it a squeeze, and we'll just try it again. All right, so I have these tied together, put our wire nut on. And now, with our switch here, the next part we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and connect our red wire to the bottom of our switch right here. So push these out of the way and get these to where you want them. Put that out of the way. I'm going to curl this around. That's looking pretty good. Sure you have your hook going the right way. And this is going to get a little tight in here, so just take your time. Got a lot of stuff going in the box with your switch and with the plug. Make sure it's nice and tight. So that's all set to go, and that's going to go that way. We're going to bring, and it doesn't, in the picture here, it shows the switch on this side, the plug on this side. It doesn't matter whether you put this on the right or left or these are swapped, but they need to be able to fit in the box. So make it work as best you can. So next, let's do the white wire, and that white wire is going to go to our outlet. So we're going to put our hook on the white wire. I have that. Oh, right now, there we go. Tighten this down. And then the last step is we need to put our ground here on our plug receptacle and here on our switch. So we're going to go ahead and tie these in. I've got this here, and this kind of looks like this is actually upside down, but that's fine. We can turn the right side up a little bit later. And that hook's a little bit big, so let's make that a little bit smaller. Bring that around, and we've got our other one here, and we're gonna get that connected up. And then we will pigtail all three of these together. So again, you have to kind of bend your wire to get these all lined up as best you can. There we go. And then we're going to just put everything in the box. So again, this is upside down. We're just going to give that a twist. Make sure it's right side up. Push your ground. I like pushing the ground in first. Makes it a little bit easier. Push your hot in. And you want to get these lined up. Screw them in a little bit. And I'm just starting with both the top screws just to kind of get it in place, and then I'll do the bottom screws. Okay, and you're all set. Now, when you test this, when this is on, or if this is working, this should be on. And when you check your box with the test box, then you should get your 2 green lights here, and you should have nothing with the switch off. If you have this off and you have 2 green lights, you did something wrong here. So you need to make sure this only lights up with 2 green lights when this is switched on. And you should have your 3 green lights here at your outlet receptacle.